Hello, fellow coffee shop owners. Welcome to Coffee Bag Printing 101. My name is Gabe, and my wife Brenda and I, we own, you can see the logo there, Amanda Lee Coffee. Amanda Lee Coffee. We started as a mobile business, and we expanded into a brick and mortar. We are out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. We have our trailer that we run out of Fort Wayne, and we have a brick and mortar in Fremont, Indiana at the Outlet Mall. During this coronavirus outbreak, like many of you guys, we have been forced to close our doors for a little bit. So in the downtime, I figured, you know what can I do to save a little money, maybe find a way to run a little leaner. One of the things that we find to be the most expensive part of our business is marketing. The marketing side, the branding side of the business, as you guys know, it can be extremely expensive. I know there's a lot of companies out there that do stickers. A lot of you stamp your own sleeves, you stamp your own cups, and we were doing that. We were stamping our own bags. What we found though was the craft bags, they're great, but they have a gas valve in the back, and when you try to lay them flat and stamp them, you get wrinkles in it, you get creases in it, and it just doesn't look that good when you try to stamp your bag. So I wanted to figure out, since I already have a t-shirt press, my wife and I, we own another business, a t-shirt printing business, how can I print our own coffee bags? So I posted it up on the coffee group the other day, and I showed my final product, and I had a lot of responses from people who wanted to know information on equipment needed, the process, everything it takes to do this. And although it seems kind of simple, once I started breaking it down, I thought, you know what, I better just do a video, because it's hard to explain through a text or through just commenting on a post how this is all done. I tried to look at some YouTube videos. There wasn't really anything showing this particular process. So I thought, well, you know what, let's do a video. So I'm going to show you guys everything that you need in order to do this on your own. First of all, you're going to need a screen. This is a silk screen. Now, this is a big one that we use for our t-shirts. This is what you'll need. You can get them smaller. You can get little bitty ones like about this big, and they would work best. You can buy all this on Amazon. You will need a high mesh count. I would recommend a 200 or higher mesh count for your screen. And then, of course, you'll need to coat the screen. This here is a blank screen. You can't do anything with this. You can see right through it. I don't know if you can see me. You can see right through it if you hold it up to the light. That's a blank screen. That's what you start with as your base. It needs to be coated with a photopolymer emulsion, and that goes on here. Give me a sec here. I'm going to mark my screen real quick, and I'll take this off and show you. Now, typically, you can do this on your own, but it gets a little messy. My suggestion would be find a local screen printer who does t-shirts or who does any type of screen printing. Take your screen to them and tell them that you need it coated with a water-resistant emulsion, because you're going to use water-based inks. And the normal emulsion that we use for t-shirts just doesn't work because water breaks that emulsion down. So you need a water-resistant emulsion on the screen, and then have them shoot your logo on it too, because you won't be able to do that either unless you have a darkroom and a film printer, and like the whole process to get going, just to get it here, is more than what anyone really wants to deal with. So if you have a professional do it for you, heck, you're golden, and it'll last forever as long as you keep it clean after you print. You can put multiple logos on the screen, and you just go to town whenever you want to print. Okay, so what you need after that, once you have your screen and your logo on your screen, this style of press, you can get a single setup for one of these. It goes right on top of a table. I'll put more links if you need them on this post, so you can see where at on Amazon what these things are called. This is just a single head screen print press tabletop version. Then what you're going to need is you're going to need water-based ink. A water-based acrylic ink for poster printing. This is Jacquard brand. I actually got this at United Art Supply. So United Art Supply carries all this stuff. What they don't carry though is the ink retarder. This slows down the printing process. The acrylic ink is an air dry ink, And once you push it through the screen, it gets very thin. And if you don't use a retarder to slow down the drying process, it will dry in the screen. The next swipe you do, it's done. You gotta clean it out. It's a mess. So you can buy this on Amazon. I did not find this at United Art Supply. But it's a Speedball brand. You can use Speedball brand ink. There's a bunch of different colors you can use. But this is poster ink or acrylic ink. And this is a screen retarder base for actually t-shirt ink and acrylic ink. But this is like 12 bucks, and I think these are like 8 bucks a piece. So not a whole lot of money. You can do a lot of printing with this amount of ink. So what we're gonna do to start, today we're gonna print on coffee bags. We're gonna print on regular to-go bags, and we're gonna print on drink carriers. Because anything that is paper style surface, even plastic, I can show you. I printed some. These are our cookie bags. We throw the cookies in here and fold them over. Whoa, hey, look at that. And fold them over. You got your logo right there on your cookie bag. You can do it on plastic. Anything that requires, anything that's not fabric, you can do this on. And it has to be, somewhat flat. You can't do cups. I haven't figured out cups yet. That's my next mission, figure out cup printing. What I figured out, this is my discovery, and you could probably use this for stamping too, but I got this piece of foam, and honestly all this is I cut this out of the foam flooring that you put like in a gym. I've got a bunch of it in my shop, and I thought, hey, that's pretty soft. You just need something that gives a little bit, but is stiff enough to hold up to being flat. And then what you want is if there's any wrinkles in the bags, they'll kind of just set into that foam. If you use a hard surface, the bag won't give any. And you also, since you have a gas valve on the back side, you want to be able to stick that foam inside the bag. And then that gas valve is not affecting anything on your print side. And then you put it down and you print. So let's move forward here. We got the ink retarder. Let's put some ink in the screen. Now this ink retarder says not to use any more than 25% of total volume. I did 25% the other day, and it was a little much. It took a few hours to dry. You really only want it to take about an hour to dry after you're done. So anyway, we're gonna use about 10% this time. We're gonna put the retarder in first, and then we'll match, because the retarder's clear. It is literally just a drop. I mean, the size of a dime. You'll get a lot of printing out of just 2 of these containers. Okay, then you take your spatula, your knife, or anything you want to mix with, and you mix that up real good. And what that's doing is it's just slowing down the dry time, because this is all air dry. Slowing down the dry time. So you have more time to work in the screen. Next thing you need, squeegee. Now at United Art Supply they sell squeegees, but they're rounded. And the round ones will work good for t-shirts, but they will not work good for this. You need, the stiffness of the squeegee goes by durometer. That's the amount of stiffness or hardness that each squeegee has. So like a 70 is pretty soft. You can get a 70-90, which is good for t-shirts. But I think this is a 90. It's pretty stiff, it's hard, and it's sharp. So you need one of these. If you can't find it at a local art supply or Amazon, hit up your local screen printer. They'll probably just sell you one. You can get one for like 10 bucks from them. So I've already measured out where my bag needs to lay down on my platen. I did that before I started the video. But anyway, you'll want to measure that out and kind of give yourself some parameters, some guidelines. That way when you put it down, every single time you're not having to line it up. So we're going to put this here. Put the screen down. Actually, what you want to do first is it's called flooding or charging the screen. So you take your ink and you pull it across your logo. That puts it into the screen itself. lay it down on your bag, pull it, lift it up, charge it again. If you don't charge it or flood it again, that ink is so thin in the screen it will dry quickly, especially in warmer temperatures. So our first one here is done. I'm a little off center. I didn't quite get enough pressure over here, as you can see that. I'm not sure if you can see that. A little light over here. No big deal, still looks pretty good. We'll grab another one. We'll adjust the position just a hair. I think I need to go to my right just a bit. Lay it down. Print. Charge it. There we go. Perfect. This is super easy once you figure it out. And you just want to lay them out somewhere and let them dry. So let's do a bag now. Bag, same thing. Put this in here. I've already marked out my platen. Like I said before, I already did this prior to starting the video. I lay it down. Print. Flood the screen. Boom. Look at that. Now, you tell me, can you get your stamp to look that good? I don't think so. Our stamps look like crap compared to that. So this is how I'm doing it from now on. Okay, let's try drink carrier. We brand everything. We brand everything. I believe that branding is so important. I think your logo should be on everything that you send out the door. Because once people leave your shop, they're walking around with it, right? I don't know if someone else will see your brand on their cup, but they have to look at that brand. They have to look at your logo, whether it's your stamp or your sleeve on your cup, or whatever they left with. They have to look at that while they're drinking, and they're gonna remember that. If you hand them a cup with no branding on it, they're gonna remember you, but you want to burn the image of your logo into their head. Every single time they get coffee from you, it needs to be burned in their head for a longer period of time than just being in your shop. I think that branding is so important. So here we're gonna do this one. So we set it down. And we print. Charge it. Oh, look at that. Now, when they take this to the office, they got 4 drinks in there. They walk into the office. What does everybody see? Your logo right there on the drink carrier. Now, like I said, this isn't hard to do. I have a lot of experience. I've been doing t-shirts for about 15 years. So it is a little easier for me. But with a little bit of practice, you guys can do it too. And heck, what are we doing right now anyway? We're all sitting at home thinking about being open, right? You might as well get some products out that you're branding on your products, because when we do open back up, we're all gonna get flooded with business. So be ready to have your brand in front of everyone. We'll do one more coffee bag here. Just for giggles, because it is fun. And you can zip through these things. I think I did like 50 of them in 10 minutes the other day. Only problem I ran into was I ran out of space. Because once you print it, you have to lay it down and let it dry for about an hour. But there we go, look at that. Okay, so here's the thing. The hardest part about this is getting your image onto that screen. The printing part, super easy. And you can just experiment and you can fail and you can take crappy bags and just print until you get it right. And then you put your real bags on there and print. Doesn't hardly cost you any money. The hardest part is getting your image onto that screen. So here's what I'm gonna do. If you guys are interested, I will figure out a way to have almost like a kit that I put together where you send me your logo, I'll burn it onto a screen for you, and I'll ship you the screen. I don't know how much that's gonna cost. I have to figure out the screen size, if I can get smaller ones. If you want a full-size screen, no problem. These are actually pretty cheap for me to buy. I can get you a full-size screen and maybe put 4 or 5 different logos on one screen and then you're set. So you can do different images on different products that you're pushing out of your shop. I can do that. We're in a downtime now. We're not open right now. I kind of need something to do. So I would love to help the community out. If anybody's interested in that, hit me up on this post or send me a direct message and we'll get it worked out, all right? If you guys are serious about doing this on your own, nobody likes buying things in 10,000 pieces at a time just to get a good price. Why not buy the amount you need and then print them yourselves? Hit me up, I'll figure all that out, I'll put it in the post, I'll make it as cheap as I possibly can for you guys, and we'll get you guys printing your own bags. All right, thanks for watching. Once again, my name is Gabe. I'm a part of the Facebook Coffee Shop Owner Group. That group is so fantastic. I've learned so much. It's a great community, and this is my way of giving back to you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the flip side.